A man sits in a room with 7 strangers. A simple question is asked. The answer is obvious, plain as daylight. He can see it clearly. And then, one by one, the strangers give the wrong answer. He pauses. He looks again at what his own eyes are telling him, and then, quietly, he agrees with the room. The line was obviously wrong. He agreed anyway. The Stoics had a name for the force that pulls us away from our own clear seeing. They called it the opinion of the crowd, and they warned against it with unusual urgency. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself, not to the world, reminding himself again and again. Look at what is actually there, not at what others say is there. The Bhagavad Gita calls this steadiness of perception sthita prajna, the one whose wisdom does not waver when the world pushes back. Both traditions are pointing at the same quiet danger. In the middle of the last century, a psychologist named Ash gathered groups of people in a laboratory. The task was simple. Look at a line, then pick which of 3 other lines matched it in length. The correct answer was never ambiguous. But most participants in each group were secretly part of the experiment. They were instructed to give the wrong answer confidently and together. The real subject sat among them, alone in their actual perception. And in trial after trial, a significant number of those real subjects abandoned what their eyes clearly showed them. Not because they were foolish, because the pressure of a unified group felt in the body like truth. And in that moment of hesitation, everything shifted. Here is what the ancient teachers understood that the experiment confirmed. The mind does not only process what the eyes see, it processes what the group seems to believe. We are social creatures, woven from belonging. That is not a flaw. But it becomes one when belonging costs us our own clear sight. The Gita does not ask us to be cold or isolated. It asks us to be rooted, like a lamp in a windless place. The flame steady even when everything around it moves. The Stoics asked the same. Not hardness, but groundedness. There is a difference between listening to others and dissolving into them. You have sat with this feeling. The room leans one way, and something in you quietly folds. Not because you were convinced, because the silence of disagreeing felt too heavy to carry. The practice is this. Before you speak in any room where pressure is present, take one breath and ask yourself one question. What do I actually see? Not what I fear saying. Not what the room expects. What is simply, plainly there. You do not have to announce it loudly. You do not have to fight. But know it. Hold it. Let your inner ground be real, even when your outer voice stays quiet. That is the beginning of sthita prajna. That is what the Stoics called living according to nature. If this brought you a moment of stillness, subscribe and walk this path with us. The man in that room was not weak. He was human. The question is not whether the crowd will ever pull at you. It will. The question is whether, somewhere beneath the noise, you still know what the line actually says.